Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Alcides Soares, the Mozambican guy, and welcome to my channel. The question should be, what kind of sound device should I use to record my sound with? On the field or even on the studio? Corporates, whatever you want to call it. But the thing is it worth it to buy a high-end sound recording device? Can you use even your iPhone to record with? If you don't have a budget, how can you maneuver to have a really nice sound recording? Today we're going to be comparing a iPhone versus Zoom H1 versus Zoom H5. Which one record better audio? It's really an amazing opportunity for me to be here on YouTube, to be sharing my thoughts. And as I said before, right in the beginning of this channel, I'm learning myself and I want to share all these challenges that I'm facing with you guys. And I'm hoping it's been helpful, to share my thoughts and my behind the scenes and whatnot. What kind of challenges we're facing here at Bridge Studios as well. So if you're asking yourself if I will be comparing 3 sound devices, why is it only 2 sound devices on my table? It's just because my iPhone, the third device that I want to compare with, is the one that I've been using since the beginning of the tutorial of this video until now. Let me know what you think. If you misleading you guys, you can rewind the video from the beginning. You can hear so that you can hear the sound. How's it sound? If it's good sound audio that you're getting from. So and then this earphone is very cheap and plastic. This is what actually we end up doing last week, and you cannot see the earphone. It's just because I plugged it in on my iPhone and I had to put on my shirt, and I'm using, I know you can hear, like, this is very loud sound, so I'm using this microphone from the earphone. You can see, let me take it out a little bit, sorry for the noise. So it's very plastic, it's very cheap. It looked like earbuds or like an iPhone, normal iPhone, but this is very cheap. So it's very cheap and plastic. It doesn't have a brand or not, but they're trying to replicate iPhone earphones. So what I did was I didn't want to leave this dongle in here, so I put on inside my shirt, and I took the microphone side and I put it right here, and at the bottom this side, and then I just hide the wires. I know that from now you cannot see the wires. It's just because I'm using, and then I put on inside. So this set, as well as I was saying before, I used to record the previous video. You can go and check it out. This video right here, you can go and check it out. The link below is the previous video that we did last week as filming and taking pictures of wedding. So from now, let me switch off this recorder. I will switch to the Zoom H1 recorder. There is a lot of wires here. So the sound, like you're probably hearing from now on, it's coming from Zoom H1, and I will be switching off my iPhone. Now you're hearing a sound coming from my Zoom H1. I myself, I would say it doesn't really matter what kind of device you're using for recording your sound, as long as you get really an amazing sound, because in the end of the day, your clients only want to see the final version, the final quality, the final product, your final production when it's coming out, those 3 to 5 minutes long. But then the other question that you start asking yourself at this point is the convenience. I would definitely use my iPhone in any circumstances if I don't have another sound recording on the field. I haven't done that before. I don't think it's an excuse you to say that I don't have like really a nice sound recording or side device for recording my audio. You're still hearing me talking. How's it the sound quality? Are you comparing both of them? The iPhone, the Zoom H1. Which one is better? I mean, can you use this for your clients? I would say you can. As soon as you kind of acting very professional, you kind of, you treat yourself as a really professional person who is kind of knowing what he's doing. if of course you don't have a Zoom H1 or a Zoom H5. Based on what you're hearing, which one would you prefer? And is it usable even though the sound recording comes from iPhone comparing to the sound coming from the Zoom H1? I think it is. All the tutorials that you have seen, all the videos, even at Bridge Studios, I will link you guys below the link, all the documentary that you have seen that Bridge Studio have done, that I have done so far. It's recorded using this Zoom H1. Since 2012 until now, I've been recording with this Zoom H1. I haven't done any commercial work with this Zoom H5. Me, Lotte, and Alex, we kind of listened to what was coming from here, and it was fantastic. Believe me, it was fantastic. But then, last week, when I ended up using this iPhone, I heard it. I was like, dude, this is really unbelievable. It's scary, the fact that I can really come up with really an amazing sound here. It's just the only thing that you can do in Zoom H1 that you can't do in your iPhone is that Zoom H1, it records waveform and MP3 versus the iPhone or even your smartphone, it would only record MP3. So that's the only thing. Waveform is just, it's kind of raw format for your pictures. I mean, JPEG versus RAW, it's one of those things. In a wave, you can basically explore more the dynamics and, and tweaks and here and there. So far, we've been using Zoom H1, and as I said before, we use this many times at the field, even here at the studio. It works perfect. But then, if you don't have this, could you still use this though? We just switched to Zoom H5, which is, come on, like guys, it's another level of sound, because I mean, I think the more higher you go from these sound devices, especially from Zoom. By the way, what I didn't say in the very beginning is that I'm not being sponsored by Zoom anytime, anywhere, even by iPhone. So I'm doing this. I'm not being biased on any circumstances. I just love this sound recording because I use them. I just like Zoom because it's very portable, and then it's very easy to use, and I can put on my pocket. It's very easy to use to carry on my luggage, on my backpack. The sound that you're hearing right now, it's from Zoom H5. Man, this thing is something. I mean, Lawton and I were testing this, and he was crazy when he heard this sound coming from this device. But the question that he doesn't want to quiet is this: which sound recording is better? Can I use a iPhone to record with? I will probably say yes and no at the same time. Is it necessary to have a Zoom H5 or a Zoom H1? I would say yes and no at the same time. Why? It's just because it would depend on the level of professionalism you want to showcase to your client. If you appear to a CEO of a company, like a big companies with an iPhone recording a sound, they won't take you serious. I would say it's not necessary to have Zoom H5 to record your sound from the very beginning. But if you want to take yourself first seriously, if you want your client to take you in your work seriously, you kind of have to start thinking about investing on something quite professional. But if the only thing that you have right now, it's your iPhone or your smartphone, I would probably say that it's not an excuse saying that you don't have a really nice sound device to record your audio with. So my thoughts about these three recorders: they're both an amazing recorders. I used most of them, those two, especially the iPhone, I used last week, and the Zoom recorder I've been using so far like 6 years, I think. It sounds amazing. So far I don't have any complaints about it, and this is my new baby, the Zoom H5. Use anything that's in your disposal to record your sound with. Don't procrastinate, be thinking that you're still waiting for a really nice Zoom H1 and Zoom H5. If anything that you have, it's your smartphone, man, just go for it and just film and record your sound. If you really want a review of this Zoom H5 device, sound recording, and other professional sound recording, and I will link you guys below, but as well check this guys out. He's really amazing in terms of reviewing equipment and reviewing especially sounds. I've been learning from him. I didn't want to bring today the reviews of this sound recording. I just wanted to give my thoughts behind it and to motivate you about sound, about your recording, about, you know, just keep moving and work with the only arsenals that you have. And thank you so much for being on my channel. Thank you so much for supporting me on my Facebook and my Instagram, and for following me on those platforms as well. And please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for more notification. That was it for today. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup, Kanemambo. Muito obrigado, and see you on the next one. Cheers.